This is a true story. It happened to a friend of mine. A doctor, actually. A doctor with a few problems, psychoanalytically speaking. In layman's terms, he was a fruitcake. As this doctor, we shall call him Helmsley, was married to a very successful lawyer, Evelyn. Together they made quite a cosmopolitan couple. One night they had tickets to the opening of a new, important play. But as was common with these folks, on the night of the play, each of them was in one of his and her whirlwinds. Elmsley had a full slate of patients, running from exam room to exam room. Here a prescription, there a lab test. Evelyn dashed from court, a joust with the press, depositions, meetings, the usual. They both arrived home with all the intention of mounting themselves appropriately for the occasion. But Elmsley's tuxedo hadn't been cleaned. Evelyn couldn't choose a gown. Elmsley lost his cufflinks. And Evelyn despised her alligator purse. Eventually, they did get off to the theater, and they did arrive before the curtain rose. Barely. Evelyn showed up in the power suit she vowed the jury in earlier, and Elmsley wore the comfortable tweed jacket he'd worn all day.
Can I help you, man?
So there they were, in their third row center seats, when Evelyn started to wriggle around. Elmsley made eye contact with Evelyn. Someone was emitting a horrifyingly foul odor, and the usher was eyeing them suspiciously. Evelyn spotted two empty seats way over at the side of the theater, and circumstances dictated that they move. The star of the play was on the stage, delivering a soliloquy about the meaning of life, while Evelyn and Elmsley were doing that annoying, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon" thing, climbing over laps and goats. The suspicious usher followed them, sniffing as they went. Eventually, they made it to the two side seats. They sat back and relaxed to watch the play. The drama unfolded on stage, but the actors were all holding hankies to their faces, and the men were covering their noses, trying not to inhale the stench. The ushers pointed accusingly at the doctor and the lawyer. Evelyn, unaware, thought they should stop the play, find the person who was contaminating the air, and evict him. Evelyn and Elmsley decided they had a better chance of survival if they would simply stand in the back of the theater. So, they made their way out. By then, they were getting better at it and did not squash so many toes. Fortunately, the play was nearing the end of the act, and the entire audience assumed they could hold their breath for a few more minutes. But one of the ushers couldn't, and the poor fellow faded dead away. The stage manager came out and apologized. Everybody in the audience was thankful to get out of there. There was a stampede to the door and some fresh air. It was when Evelyn and Elmsley were going home that a revelation occurred. You see, the same offensive odor was right there in the car with them. What with all the rushing around, Elmsley forgot he had a fecal specimen he was supposed to drop off at the lab. That's a true story. It happened to a friend of mine. There's a good doctor and his wife. Oh, they still race around like fruitcakes. But now, since they've become my patients, they blame it all on their early toilet training.